Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I realized I don't have my mic set up right. Give me 1 second. Let me know how the sound is for you. I, once again, am coming to you from somewhere that is not my home. So the setup is always a little bit questionable. I see my mommy in the comments from Nairobi. Ooh, she's being fancy. Um, all right. Adelia says the sound sounds great. I see a bunch of people in my YouTube membership are here. Good morning, everybody. If you're watching this from the future, hi, hi. It is currently Sunday morning. I am in South Florida. I'm in Plantation, Florida, which is nicer than I remember. Ran out this morning, ran errands, went to a bunch of stores before it was even like 10 o'clock. Y'all got stuff opening early and stuff? Okay. So we're here. We're here. We're going live, and today we're talking about the ways in which we can all live fuller lives. So this is going to be a group project. It's going to be one of our group projects where I want to hear from you guys. Sorry, I'm surrounded by stuff. So I move stuff. I bought a bunch of stuff in the U.S. that I can't get in Mexico. For anyone watching me for the first time, I live in Mexico. I'm in the U.S. for a week. And one of the things that I can't get in Mexico that I can get in the U.S. that I don't need in my life, but I want when I can't have them, York peppermint patties. It's not a lot of things I can't get, but the ones I can't get, I'm like, I was in the grocery store yesterday. I said, let me get some of that. All right. I'm on this couch, but it's not 100% comfortable. How y'all doing? Living fuller lives. I think that a lot of us want lives that feel more full to us, but we don't necessarily know how to get there or to make that happen. And so today we're going to talk about some of that. I see Amina met Stephanie yesterday. I saw the photos. She sent me a photo of you and was like, look who I'm at. And then some other people sent me photos. I think they were in New York, were hanging out, and sent me photos of some Exodus Summit women who met in Marrakesh, sent me a photo of themselves together in New York without me. Y'all know how I feel about that. Like, I'm happy for you and all that. Live your full life, but without me. Denise is in Cape Town. Yay. Yay. Monica Adelina says, glad you're better. I am a little bit better, not completely. One of my eyes is still kind of wonky right now, but I can see. I can see, and that's what's important. Blacks at Global, Krishan is in Portugal. Congrats, Krishan. So glad you made it there. All right. What's going on with my life? I'm coming to you from an ironing board. I have an ironing board working as my desk right now, so I can get the light from the window. Otherwise, it's kind of weird. So this is all a little chaotic, a little tiny bit of chaos. When I was out this morning, I got a new candle. I love getting travel candles when I travel. Oh, this melted in a weird way. I hadn't realized that. I hadn't opened this one. There's wax all around the lid. Gross. I'm gonna burn it anyway. Oh, Krishan got there a few hours ago. There were a couple of these different candles, and I smelt all of them. And the one I liked best was, drumroll please, introvert. This was an accident. I thought, I was like, I can't buy the introvert candle. I'm too much of an introvert to actually buy an introvert candle. I need to like buy the extrovert candle to get some of those like good extrovert vibes, but I smelt it and it was not it. But the introvert candle features a calming blend of vanilla and the scent of canceled plans. Oh, how me. All right, so we're going to see how this smells. I love lighting candles during these lives to set the mood. And anytime I have to actually be focused on something, there's probably a candle there. So now I've got to light this candle and hope nothing falls onto it because things are falling around me. Anyhow, we're here. We're doing things. It's Saturday morning. We're 5 minutes into it. I've said nothing. Danielle, that you said you need the candle. It's from Target. It smells good. Walking there this morning, like Target. I've been in Target every single day since I've been here. All right. How do we live fuller lives? And do we want to live fuller? Okay. Who feels like their life is already like super full and they don't want their life to be fuller in any way? Let me know in the comments. Because I feel like my life is full, but I'd like it to be fuller because it's not necessarily full of the things I want all the time, right? It's not necessarily full with the things I want it to be full of. Sometimes it's just full of stuff. And I want it to be fuller. I want it to be richer. I want it to feel better. And when I say that, like, I also wonder, is there a point to which we're like wanting more or wanting better is like a little crazy, right? Because like I know I have a good life. I know a lot of you guys have great lives, but like you can still want more, right? Auntie Lou says full versus complete. I think my life is complete with the way I look at complete. I think I personally want fuller. Amina says her life is half full with things she wants and half full of things she doesn't want, and she's pruning now. Okay, so Kathy wants it less full and richer. Okay. All right. Locating Cozy says she wants it to be overflowing in the near future. Monica Adelina has another exceptional point. For me, full means growing more in the fullness of who I am. And I think this is the definition we're going to work towards today. Winnie B says fuller experiences. Adelia says maybe not fuller, but less of the stuff I don't like. Polly says busy work, but not meaningful full. Aileen says she's 1/4 there, slowly filling back my life with more positive things. Sustainable Steph says my life is full and satisfying, but I'm open to easy adventures that fit me. Otherwise, I experience contentment daily. Okay. Junket, I need a more full, intentional life. I'm halfway there. You guys are hitting it in the comments. Auntie Lou says, I think it never ends, especially with things you want to further enrich your life and fulfill you. Okay. All right. Teresa says, I'm grateful for my life, but I don't have freedom, so life ain't full yet. Danica says, impactful experiences. Kathy says, getting to what I want. Nisha says, I want more fullness, but I'm now enjoying languishing at home, future plans. Okay, love it. This is what we're talking about. I think for all of us, most of us, I don't want to speak for everybody, don't want to speak in absolutes, but for most of us, it's like, yes, life is good, but could there be a little bit more sparkle, a little bit more shine on the good? And so today we're going to talk about how to get to some of that shine. I have a list. Not a lot of things on the list, but we got some things on the list. And so I also want to talk to you guys about what's on your list. And because we all have different definitions of what a full life looks like, I'd love to hear from you guys about what full looks like for you, and also like how you get there, right? Like whatever things you do or don't do to get to full. But as I'm doing that, I remember there's something I want to tell you guys to start off, and I didn't look up the information I need because, child, I'd be doing stuff like Target and breakfast. Give me 1 second while I look this up. Okay, because Danica said something about experiences and more experiences, and it reminded me that if you want to experience Cape Town with Exodus Summit in 2024, February, we are running out of tickets. We have 15 tickets left. Now, I don't want anyone to rush out. and get tickets when they're not ready to get tickets. But we have 15 tickets left. And I'm telling you what I know as someone who's done this multiple times. If these tickets make it to the first day of Exodus Summit, they won't make it to the last day of Exodus Summit. If tickets are still available in the beginning of October, a month from now, they will not be available in the middle of October. I'm gonna tell you that. Because every time we do Exodus Summit, y'all get in there talking about, we should do something in person together. We should all hang out in person together. You guys should do an in-person event. And so this is our in-person event. You guys are ahead of a curve. You know about this in-person event. There are going to be women who are joining us at Exodus Summit who don't know about the event yet and will hear about it for the first time at the summit, and they're going to buy those tickets. So we've sold 85 tickets. We've got some left. The link to buy tickets is in the Facebook group. We don't put it on the YouTubes because people be weird. All right, let me see. And if you're not in our YouTube group, that is exodussummit.com/community. We'll take you there. Is that an A or an O? Spring is just far away from me today, far enough away that I should probably be wearing glasses. My glasses are never clean, so it's always a little fuzzy when I'm doing that. Hard life. All right. JG says, somewhat full, however, I'm discovering more to add to the fullness. Never full. Yes. Newbienet says being partnered could make her fuller. Yolanda says the more you change and grow, you realize the challenges you can achieve. And Sabrina says, sometimes you have to pour some out to fill up with the better stuff. Hello. Oh, that's you? Okay, now this is the third name I've heard from you, girl. So we're going to have to talk about this on Thursday because I don't know what you're doing. All right. But that's a good point. Sometimes you got to pour stuff out. So let's talk about the first thing on my list was giving up other people's expectations, right? So if we give up the weight of other people's expectations, how much more room in your life do you have the things you want to do, right? So what are the expectations that other people have placed on your life that you can give up? Last week, sometime in the recent past, I don't know. I had last week, I had a one-on-one with a current lawyer who does not want to lawyer anymore. And one of the first things she said to me was she's hesitant to give up her career because of what other people expect from her. And so I was like, okay, let's talk about that. Like, who is expecting what? And she couldn't put it into words. I was like, is it your parents? Is it like immediate family? Is it friends? And she was like, she couldn't point to the expectations because it wasn't like there were specific expectations that other people had. It's that in our head, we create the expectations that other people have of us, right? She's like, no, I can't just walk away because, people will be so disappointed that I work so hard. And I was like, who are the people? Let's talk about this. And there were no people to be seen. Like when we got to it, there were no people that would be disappointed. But in our head, those expectations from other people are taking up more room than they would really take up in our lives if we let them. And so are there ways in which the expectations of other people are taking up space in your head? And if so, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. I feel like you guys expect me to be here every Sunday. And so even when I don't want to, sometimes I don't want to. Sometimes I'm just tired. So Libria Jones, our friend who's speaking this year at Exodus Summit, is a couple miles away from me right now. She's like, you want to get brunch? And I was like, get brunch with Libria or go live on the internet. It's a challenge. They expect me to be here, but I'm like, if I told y'all I wasn't going to be here, you'd be okay, right? You'd be like, okay, go eat some food. But in my brain, it's like there's this expectation. And so I will not meet Libria this time, and I have never met Libria in person before. Which, how? I've never met her in person. I've talked to her multiple times on the internet in front of y'all. Never met her. Don't get to meet her this time. All right. Nisha says, I gave up needing to explain to family and friends my disdain for living in the USA. I no longer feel the need to defend my perspective. Yes. Yes. Nobody else has to live your life. And so how can you decrease the amount of input other people have into your life? Right? Some of that is taking up space in our own heads because it's not real, and some of it is real and it's taking up space. Right? Some of it is taking up space. You don't have to defend your perspective. Do what you're gonna do. Unless they were gonna like pay for it, or you need them to do something to make it happen, it doesn't really matter what they think. All right. Black Women Build Wealth says, I'm the oldest in my family, and the expectations as per my mom is that I have to be okay sacrificing my life for the benefit of younger siblings. I played that game for 15 years. I'm over this now. Yeah. So like oldest children, specifically oldest daughters, the responsible daughter, that's me. I'm not the oldest, but I'm the responsible one. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I think often parents don't realize how much it is, or they don't recognize that your life isn't supposed to be a sacrifice. Right? Another part of this that's not what you're saying, Black Women Build Wealth, but what I hear from other women is that they are expected to take care of their parents. They could have like 6 brothers and sisters, but probably the responsible daughter has got to be the one to take care of the parents. And so they can't live the life they want. No, you can live the life you want. You can live the life you want. It's fine. Yes. It's always the girls taking responsibility. It's always the girls. We got an email yesterday from some man, very accusatory about Exodus Summit, saying, why aren't men invited? I want to move abroad too. Why aren't men invited? Because I don't. I don't. Because I don't care. I'm so sorry. I show up every day for the people who have the least. And that's not you. It's not. And a man who would email me and say, why aren't men invited? Who feels that they have the right to challenge the rules that are set like that isn't a man we want in our community. See what that foolishness really said. I saw it and like in the minute I like flashed with anger, and then I was like, oh, I don't actually have to respond to any emails. I don't actually have to respond to emails. So I can just see this and let it go. It's not really important. What that man say? Oh, you know what? It's not in my inbox. I know someone deleted it, or oh no, here it is. Why aren't men invited? From Walter. I am very much interested living outside of the United States. Why aren't men invited to the functions? Looking forward to your reply. You're going to be looking forward for a long time, Walter. I don't care. You're going to be looking forward for a long time because the expectation that I have to change what I'm doing to cater to you when I didn't know you were alive 32 seconds ago, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. We don't care. We don't. We don't. Mm-mm. I don't. Are you emailing Latino organizations and asking why you can't come? Asian? Are you emailing men's only clubs and asking them why women can't come? Are you? Or do you just think women should labor for Black women should labor for you? Is that what you think? It's so cute. No, like so giving up the one of the expectations I have given up is that I can make anybody happy. Not even everybody, anybody. You're gonna be mad, baby. So what you gonna be mad about? You're gonna be like, I can't live my life and I choose not to run my business in a way that anyone else's happiness is more important than mine. And someone is gonna be like, that makes you a bad business owner. Okay. All right. Great. Our community is 11, and Facebook is 11,000 people. And that's not the hugest community. But I saw a woman in Stephanie's video yesterday who was like, why haven't you approved my post yet? It's been up a week. And I'm like, because 11,000 women are posting. And then she was like, I feel like there are different rules for different people. I'm like, I've never seen your name before. And your name on Facebook might be different. And this isn't personal, but like there aren't different rules for you because I don't know who you are. Now, that might not sound nice. I recognize it. But like, I don't run a business in which I expect to make everyone happy because I know I can't. Right? The reason we don't automatically post to Facebook, or we don't let people automatically post in a group without some kind of like review process is because when we did that, there was a lot of spam, there were a lot of scams, and there was nonsense. We tried it for a while, there was nonsense. And so we realized we needed to get in there and make sure that we filtered through for the best posts. We are planning both Cape Town and the summit right now. So we got a lot going on. We don't have hours a day to look at posts and go through them. So either I can make no one happy by having all the posts go through, and there's a bunch of spammers and scammers, people selling things, and they only show up when they have something to sell. Or I can stop planning the summit in order to better moderate the Facebook group, or I can stop planning Cape Town in order to better moderate Facebook group. Yes, there are other options. No, I'm not going to do any of them. Yes, we could hire a team of 20 people, but I'm not going to because I don't want to manage 20 people. I don't want to manage 20 people. So our team is not 20 people. If it was, it would be. So there's that, like, I've given up. I do not bear the weight of making everyone in my community happy or making every customer happy. And that is one of the best ways I've been able to keep my sanity and run a business. You're not going to like some stuff I do. Okay. It's fine. You don't have to. You're going to pay for some stuff and not like it either. Because if we have 5,000 attendees at this year's Exit Summit, which is our goal, we want 5,000 women to be there. I cannot make 5,000 women happy at the same time. Completely, 100%. I have satisfied every single desire you have for this moment. I can, even if I gave you my kidney, I can't make 5,000 women happy at the same time. Not all of you. One of you is going to be unhappy about something. The hour started too early, ended too late, too many speakers, not enough speakers. Somebody's going to have something. I give up. And I have released that expectation. I've released that weight. I don't want to say I don't care, but I don't care. You guys know I give it to you real raw. Like, that's just what it is. I just don't care. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to give y'all, we try to give y'all like middle of the line, what we think you're going to want, what we think you want, what we think you need, what we think you're going to love. But if you don't like it, I hope you liked a part of it. Stephanie's gonna kill me for doing all this. For saying this. I just can't. Sometimes the customer is not always right. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. Okay, where am I in the comments? No, we cannot expect to make people happy. I don't like, I have to be happy. We have to put on our oxygen mask first. And this isn't even just about survival. It really is about your happiness. My happiness has to come first. Like, if my happiness doesn't come first, like, what is your... Mm-mm. Okay, Auntie Lou says they always try to sneak into the kitchen so they can steal some chicken, and I have no idea what you're talking about. So apparently I missed something in the comments. Oh, Alva's in Santiago. Oh my God, I hope you're having a great time. I hope you're having a great time in Santiago, Chile. Alva, yay. Yay. Yes. Um, yes. Realizing that a response is not mandatory. Listen, anytime something crazy comes in, but I used to be the person I'd be like, oh, you're talking crazy to me, I'm talking crazy back to you. Now I see something crazy in the inbox, I'm like, Francis gonna do that. Like, I'm not gonna get worked up. I'm not gonna get worked up. Francis will send them a very nice response that is not as emotionally charged as my response is. Or she'll send them a response that's still not going to satisfy them, but it's not gonna cuss them out. She's not gonna cuss anybody out in the inbox. Whereas I'll be like, and first of all, why would you? I don't do that anymore. I literally would see it and be like, oh, somebody else got that. I don't. Mm-mm. I don't care. I'm not getting worked up. I've released the expectation that I am a person that can make everyone happy or that cares to make everyone happy. I don't. It's not my ministry. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's not my ministry. Yes, why can't my cat join? Your cat can join the summit as long as your cat's a girl. Okay, so wait. I went to my cousin's house. They got 3 cats. They're all black or black and white. One only has 3 legs. They didn't have none of these cats when I saw them a year ago. They had different cats. And now they got these. It's very confusing. It's very confusing. But it's my goddaughter's birthday, or it was on Friday. So we did all kinds of like things. We went to the mall and rode the carousel. She wanted to ride the that was her. She wanted to wear a pretty dress and go to the mall and ride the carousel. And we did that. And she said it was the best day she's ever had in her life. Hello. Hello. She said, Auntie Sheeta. Mm-hmm. Are you my, what'd you say? Are you my God fairy? Yes. Yes, I am, sis. I am your God. That's it. I'm going to get a little name tag. If you see me with the God fairy name tag, you know what happens. I'm your God fairy. Yes. Yes. Now, she also said that my mom wasn't my mom. She was my sister, and she was sure of this. I was lying to her. Gigi, her nickname for my mom, is not my mom. She's my sister. And I'm like, Gigi is a solid 30 years older than me. Like, let's not do this. Let's not, like, I know you're hitting 7. And so your eyes haven't been functioning real well for a long time. But if you can't see the difference in like that 30-year age gap, you're hurting my feelings in a way that I don't. Let's focus on the God fairy part and go about our business. Because you're acting like, she was like, that's not your mom, that's your sister. But we can't count anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. She can't count. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's your sister. Are you drunk, little girl? But I will say that hanging out with her even though I'm not really a kids person. I'm not really a kids person, but hanging out with her and her sister, I realized has led in the past few days to a fullness that I haven't felt in a while. To like being very like, I don't know, um, feeling like joys that I'm not used to, like seeing them scream on the carousel because it was so fun. Okay. All right. I'm probably gonna pick her up and take her to the pool in this hotel later because she loves a pool. And she's gonna be super, super excited. Like, this is the best day ever to go to the pool. And I'm like, when's the last time like you experienced something and said, this is the best day ever? Right? We've had so many experiences that it takes a lot more for us now to say this has been the best day of my life. Every day for her is like now she gets very excited, right? Every day for her is the best day of her life. Although I took her mama out yesterday, we were out running errands, and like 4 hours into our disappearance, she called like, "Where are you? When are you coming home? What are you doing? What did you eat? We're 10 minutes away from the house. What what no, but what did you do? Where did you go?" Did, she said, "If you don't bring your behind back home." All right. So yeah, so I realized that for me, because I don't experience children often, when I do experience children, it feels like there's a fullness there that I wouldn't really expect because I don't really like children like that. But like if I can be around them, it's good. Now, they wear me out. Exhausting. They better do all kinds of stuff. The little one is 3, and she's like a ninja terrorist. She had one of the kittens in the crook of her arm and was like carrying it like this. The kitten's head was here. Carrying the cat like this. And I was like the cat knows. I the cat's been with them for a year. If you don't want this, you should stay away from that child. She carrying the cat. I said, oh well, you a lot. So she's not coming to pool with me. I'm not doing 3 and 6, 3 and 7. I'll do 7, not 3 and 7. That's too full. That's a too full life for me personally. I don't want that. All right. Next on my list of things that we should think about when we are giving up expectation or living a fuller life is being easier on ourselves, right? Because there are a lot of opportunities for us to respond gentler to ourselves or to give ourselves more grace or to ask less of ourselves, and we don't always take them, right? Like there are ways in which you can ask less of yourself in certain ways, and we're probably not doing it. So, being easier on myself, I think part of that is like not responding to things that don't bring me joy. On YouTube, one of the ways I do it is if you comment on my video leaving something crazy or like even sound like it doesn't even have to if I like in the mood I am when I read it, if it felt crazy, I'll be blocking you. I can never see another one of your comments. I'm so sorry. That's gonna get into my next point on my thingy, but on the list. But that is one of those in which way I think that like I'm easier on I create an easier life for myself by like blocking out anything that even like looks remotely crazy. Why would you say that? Why would you say that to me? No, you don't get to speak to me anymore. Sorry. Sorry. I don't check a whole bunch of my um DMs in different places because it's nonsense when I get there. Be easier on myself. I create a life that is easier for myself by cutting out the annoying things. So what are the annoying things in your life that you'd like to cut out? Drop them in the comments. What are the annoying things where you're like, if I didn't have to do that, life would be good? I know you got some. Go ahead. I'm gonna drink this water. Get it in there. Oh, yeah, all said work. Okay. How can you be easier at work? Or how can you make work easier for yourself? I told you told you guys before, when I went to my therapist and she was like, they sound like terrible people. And nothing you do is going to make them happy. So instead of killing yourself to try to make them happy, what if you just stop trying? What if you just get, like, if they're not going to be happy with the work you're doing, what if you stop giving them your best work? Just stop. What if you gave them like real mediocre stuff? If they're acting like it's mediocre anyway, and they don't trust you, and you don't like they're acting like you don't know what you're doing, give them like bottom barrel work. And I was like, you know what? Cause as a Black woman in America, that sounded crazy. It sounded crazy to say I wasn't going to work twice as hard. I wasn't going to give them the best of me. Ballerina has a memory, baby. She said, I said on Adelia's podcast, I collected dust in a paycheck. I did. There was a paycheck. I paid them dust. I gave nothing. I gave a whole lot of nothing and collected a check. I ain't going into work. Into the office. My boss would walk back. We worked in the same building. He was on the 4th floor. We were on the 5th floor. We were the only lawyers who didn't sit with the legal department because we had a like separate client. He sat with the legal department. So we weren't even with other like other people in our department. We sat with this business unit. He would have meetings with the business unit too. He managed our entire. I had a remote lawyer boss first, and then she left, and they gave me this guy in the building as the boss of me, who knew nothing when he came in. But okay, he was smart. He'll learn. It's fine. He would come up to the 5th floor. We would not have seen him all day. We would not have seen him all week. He would come to the 5th floor, walk like down the aisle on the other side. We can see him. And if I can see him, he can see me. I'm not invisible. Not yet. He would walk down the aisle, next aisle over, walk to the meeting, and walk back. And that would be the only time in a day I'd see my boss. He wouldn't say hi from across the aisle. He wouldn't walk past. There are like 3 or 4 of us that you manage sitting right here. And you don't even walk over to say hello. We would have department meetings every week, and he would show up 45 minutes late to an hour meeting. And in the time that he wasn't there, because I was the next senior person they expected me to run a meeting, eventually I was like, no, I won't be doing that. Eventually it was like, call me when he's at the meeting. I'll show up when he shows up. Or I'll be at home. I stopped coming into work because what was the point of being at work? What was the point? I have a boss who won't speak to me in person? Or not, it's not personal to me, it's the whole department. He don't give a damn. He did not have the best social skills. I will say that. Like, it wasn't like he didn't care. It was like he just didn't, I don't think he saw the value in like speaking to his employees. If you don't see the value in speaking to your employees, why am I showing up to work every day? He showed up to I had a 30-minute review with him once, like a end of the year review, a 30-minute review. He showed up 30 minutes late. Oh, I was in a meeting. And no email, no like, I'm emailing him like, are you coming or should I just leave? Because I don't know what we're doing here. so many moments of like, this isn't how we, like as humans, this isn't how we deal with each other. And so why am I stressing out? And why am I letting these people stress me out? I just needed permission. My therapist was like, give them nothing. She was like, give them enough that you don't get fired. Just enough so you can keep getting a check. I was like, doing the minimum? I can't do the minimum. And she was like, why are you resistant to that? Why are you resistant to doing the minimum for people who don't appreciate you? I'm gonna ask you now. Why are you resistant to doing the minimum for people who don't appreciate you and won't appreciate you? Because it took me a while to get there. And if I didn't have that specific set of circumstances, I don't know that I would have ever gotten there. I stopped coming into work when I realized this man did not care whether I was at work or not. If my boss don't care whether I'm working or not, my clients will be all right. And when I realized there was no way to prove to them that I knew what I was talking about, there's no amount of like, I had the answers for all the questions. So much of my career was me being in a room and like, there being like a legal issue and no one even acknowledging that like there's a lawyer in the room. They'd be like, oh yeah, it's probably a legal question. And I'm like, oh hey, yeah, no, I'm here. And it is. And then they would like start talking over me. Well, y'all figure out legal issues. Because what's going to happen is you're going to come up with an answer. But you have to get that answer approved by me in an email. And you're ignoring me now when I tell you there are issues. What's going to happen is you're going to send me your solution and I'm going to write you back an email about why this doesn't work. And I'm going to copy some other people about why when you didn't involve me even though I was there, you didn't involve me in the solution. I'm gonna come back to you and be like this. Oh no, here's why your solution that you didn't involve me in doesn't work. I could have told you that, but you won't listen to me. So yeah, like there was no point in me trying harder and doing more because people didn't care. Give them the least. Yes, Martha's given 25%. Bring it down. If you still 25% is probably like 75% of what, you know what I mean, your other employees at their best are doing. At their best. Your 25% is probably better than a 50% from a coworker. Take it down. We've been conditioned to do the most for so long. Cut it out. Mm-mm. That was one of the things on my list. I was easier. Life got better when I stopped stressing about making those people happy. Life got better. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Okay. Nisha says, I learned that this year. I was working like I had a stake in the company, and I realized start giving the best of me to those who see the best in me. Yes. If they don't see it, what you doing? And they need to see it with the dollars, right? I don't need a pizza party, dog. Tell me you see me with money. I'm not sure. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do the most. I love doing the least. Mm-mm. Love it because for why? The reason I was able to take a career break was because because my therapist recognized that like I was bashing my head against the wall daily, being like, they don't include me in meetings. And when they do, they talk over me and act like they'll be like, oh, it's a legal question. And they'll start debating a legal question. I'm the only lawyer in the room, dog. I have more experience. I have like multiple times years of experience in this industry than you have. Why are you not? Um, it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense to try hard to people who like will not acknowledge it at all. I don't want my boss like And the thing of like having to do my boss's work, like managing the meetings, he's not, Rashida, what should we do about? I played that game for a while. And then I was like, what's the point? Yes, I'm in charge now. He's not here. Yep, do this. Because they need guidance. The people who support me need guidance, right? And so I'm trying to give them some guidance. But this is not my meeting to run. If he's not coming to the meeting, there ain't no meeting, dog. I'm done. I've clocked out. I literally was like, oh, V, like overachieving. I take the cape off. I said no more overachieving. I'm not doing my boss's job for my pay. Our meetings were at 9 in the morning. What could you be doing that you were in another meeting that was so busy that you could make it here every morning, what I think it was Thursdays at 9, every Thursday at night, which means I had to get to work for like 8:30, which means I had to leave home probably like 7:30. I'm leaving home at 7:30 to get to a 9 o'clock meeting, and you're not showing up till 9:45, if at all. If he's not at the meeting, there's no meeting. I won't be doing that. Or y'all can figure it out yourselves. If one of you wants to take over and run this meeting, you can do that. It's not me. That was me being easier on myself. And like I said, I would have never done it. I talk about this all the time because I never realized I could do less until my therapist said it. Because we've been programmed our whole lives to do too much, to overcompensate. So our Black Utopia says, on a month vacation, you have things you need to do. Yes. I had told you guys before at another job, one of my coworkers left, and our boss's boss came to me and was like, okay, well, since he's gone and your job is closest to his, we work at, I do auto finance. He does credit cards. Yes, those are both financial products, but they're governed by a whole different set of laws, like a whole different set of law. I don't know anything about this. I can keep the engine running, right? By like talking to the right people, hiring the right people to help, etc. I can keep the engine running, but I don't know anything about it. Anyone else in the company can keep the engine running by hiring the right people and doing the things they need to do. He said, I'm gonna give you 80% of his work. I spoke to all the other lawyers already and I told them what they're doing, but I came to you last because you're really gonna be picking up like 80% of his job. But I won't. I won't be like, you don't hear how crazy that is? You don't hear how crazy that is to tell someone they have to do all of their job and 80% of someone else's jobs while you've split up 20% of their job amongst 3 other people. 3 other people had to do 20% of his job. I by myself have to do 80% of my job. Do I look like a mule? Is it because I'm Black? Is it because I'm Black? Or is it because I'm the only unmarried person with no children? Is that what it is? I don't have a family, so I can just work all day for less than what these other people are, for less. I know I was making less than what these other people are making. Is that what I'm supposed to do? 180% of a job? They didn't like. There are times where the people in our lives are going to come to us with things that sound crazy. And if they had thought about it, they would know it sounds crazy, but they might not care enough to think about it. That man did not care enough about how the work was going to impact me to say, you're going to do 80% of your job. Because he didn't have to put a number on it. He could have just said, these are the things I'm asking you to do, or these are the things I need you to do. This man said 80% boldly. Because what was I going to do? I came to you last because you're going to do 80% of his job. And it wasn't, they didn't have interviews lined up for somebody else. It wasn't like you're doing this for a week or 2. It probably would have been like 6 months. No, I will not be doing 80% of someone else's job and my job. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay, so Anissa said something I want to touch on real quick. She said, my therapist said retirement funds are for the living, and that hit hard. Here's what I hear from women all the time. I'm a career break coach. Hi. You can find info from me at from burnouttobliss.co. There's usually a sign behind me, but there isn't today, or at rashidadow.com. And I talk to women all the time who want to take career breaks, and a lot of them have done really well in their careers. So a lot of them say things like, I want to take a break, but I don't have any money saved. Well, I have money saved, but I don't want to touch that money. I don't want to touch that money. And I'm like, you're coming to me to take a break because you're like physically, emotionally, mentally burned out. You need help taking a break because you are suffering from burnout, which we know will impact us physically. I left that office once, walked down Market Street all the way to the pier. I think it was 2 miles back, 2 miles there, 2 miles back. Came back with like a flare. My eye flared. It was terrible. I couldn't see. Angry, stomping angry the whole time. I needed to use the money I had to take a break. I stayed at that job. I did nothing to collect those checks to take a break. If you have the money and you need the break, use the money. Even if it's earmarked for something else. Like a lot of times people are like, oh, those are my retirement funds. I get it. And I don't want I'm not going to tell you to take money out of your 401k to buy a house or to get a car or to do something that isn't life-saving. But a career break can be a life-saving device. It can, right? It can, like, if you are on the verge of slapping somebody at work, some of you are, I know you are, and you have a pot of money anywhere, think about using it. Because what Halisi said, or Rick, but it's probably Halisi. Hey, well, go to retirement funds if you're dead from a stress-related illness. Like I was so angry. I left that meeting. My body started like I had autoimmune systems that came from nothing but anger. Pure, I will push this motherfucker off a building. Anger. If you have money and you need to take a break to save your life, to save your health, because your health is your life. Don't be shy about it. Don't say, well, I was saving that for down payment on a house. You don't need a house. You need a working immune system. You do. You don't need a house. You need to not end up in jail. Right? You need to be healthy and whole. And I say this, you guys have heard me tell this story before. I say this as someone who worked with two people at two different jobs. They were a couple, worked with one at this job, worked at one at this job, ended in a murder-suicide. From the outside, beautiful family, lovely life. Was there work stress? There was work stress. I'm not blaming it on the work stress, but knowing the job he was at, there was a lot of work stress. As someone who has lived next to that, take the break. And if that means taking a break from people in your life, no matter who they are, take that break. Take that break. Don't, if you have money earmarked for something else, weigh the something else, not against a month vacation, but like weigh it against your life and your health. Because for a lot of us, that's what it comes down to. Aileen said, Aileen Brown, my aunt on my dad's side's first name and my mom's on my mom's side, their maiden name. I was like, that name. Get both sides of my family together. All right, Aileen Brown. I ended up quitting my job once I got so mad I started uncontrollably shaking. I've never been that mad in my life. Yes. People like it's weird that we allow, but we get so caught up at work. And this is not an alien thing. This is I like I said, I've been there. We get so caught up that we allow ourselves and we allow ourselves to get so caught up that we're like physically caught up. It usually because like if we were in the street, I would have punched you in your mouth, but we're not. I might have hit you with my car if we were in the street, but we're not, and so I can't do that. Also, you wouldn't say this shit to me if we were in the streets. You wouldn't, because it was crazy. When you said it, you knew it was crazy. Like that level of like, you have me worked up because, right? Take whatever it is, if there's a pot of money you have untouched, know that saving for a deposit, something is great, but your health is more important. It's also okay to take a longer break than you thought. Yes. Yes, it's okay to take a longer break than you thought you were going to need. I knew I needed a year. I told you 6 months into the year, I was like, well, I can't go back to work ever. I have been broken. Freedom has broken me. Whoa! I used to be like, on the workhorses on the farm. And then they let me run free in the pasture. And I can't go back to the farm. Not that farm, not another farm, not a children's farm, not a where they touch you, a petting zoo, nothing. I can't do it. I can't go back to the farm. I just knew. I have tasted freedom. For the first time in my life, I have tasted a kind of freedom that I didn't know I needed. I can't go back. It's why I want a break for all of you guys. Because these people be talking crazy to us. Imagine you telling the Black woman slave days aren't over. Like you want to go to HR now, or should I just go straight to my lawyer? Like what's happening? What are we doing? And they probably thought it was a joke. What's funny? What's funny? Slave days aren't over? Oh, you must want to fight. You must want to fight. You are trying to start some shit by saying that. Because why else would you say that? All right, Nisha is in her 3rd week of her 6-month sabbatical and she's feeling the ease. I love that. Love it. Okay, speaking of sabbaticals, y'all know Exodus Summit is coming up. I got to do my plug. Exodus Summit is coming up October 6th through 9th. It is our 3.5-day celebration of all things Black women looking for freedom. We have some great speakers this year. We have some speakers coming back. I mentioned Labria Jones earlier in the video. She's coming back to talk about remote work with a new spin to it. Team Zekas, who helped some of our attendees last year double their salary. Team Zekas focuses on helping Black women get paid. Get paid more of the same job. Get a new job that pays you more than the old job. Whatever it takes, get paid more money. Right? I should have a list in front of me and I don't. I'm speaking about career breaks or something. Stephanie is speaking about. I know I'm just trying to do 2 things at once. Stop it. Krishan, who's here, is speaking at Exodus Summit about her move to Portugal and being intentional about creating the life that you want, right? Like intentionally taking the time, doing the steps, creating the life that you want. We have some amazing keynote speakers. We'll have Tabitha Brown closing out our event on Monday the 9th. We have Rachel Cargill talking to us on Saturday the 7th. All of these dates might be made up. Like, y'all know, off the top of my head. I know them, but also, Rachel's going to talk to us about, like, another person talking to us about building the life that we need, right? And, like, how we can get there. We have Dr. Joy Harden Bradford coming in from Therapy for Black Girls, because, you know, Black girls need therapy too. Coming to talk to us about sisterhood and the power of sisterhood. With some other great speakers coming up. Very excited about this. It is going to be an amazing experience. If you are looking for your freedom, if you're looking for a fuller life, this is an event that you should be at. It's not just for people who want to move abroad or take a career break, although that is what we specialize in, but it is definitely for people who want to live, for Black women who want to live life on their own terms. So I'm very excited to have you guys there. If you have not bought your ticket yet, it's time. Go on ahead and get the all access pass, because every year people get the weekend pass, not the all access pass, and then they get salty like, oh, I wish I'd bought the all access pass. I wish I'd bought the all access pass. Buy the all access pass. Go ahead and do it. Ashley Brazil got her ticket yesterday. Yes. We're talking location freedom, money freedom, time freedom, because those are the things that Stephanie and I believe can change your life. So we're going to talk about that. Stephanie's talk yesterday. Oh, did y'all see Stephanie yesterday with all the people being friendly and social without me? It's fine. It's fine. Miss T.D. Ellison left sports after 15 years, and every time someone calls me about a job, my response is hybrid an option. Miss T.D. Ellison, do you know that JG, who's here, also does college sports something? You guys should talk. Now, those could be two different types of something, but it's sports related. Y'all do sports. That is my sports knowledge. That was Rashida Dow's sports talk. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Nicole says, best decision ever was taking a sabbatical. Mm-hmm. These people talk crazy to you. Imagine having the head of DEI telling a Black woman she's not articulate enough to have a seat at the table. So I thought about something. I had a flashback the other day when I was in the shower. You didn't need that info, but whatever. It's there. I had applied after college. I graduated from UC Berkeley. I wasn't really seriously looking for a job. So I had been working, temping part-time at a real estate agency in Tiburon. Beautiful place, great drive. Not close to home, but, you know, beautiful getting out there. I was working maybe like 4 hours a day. There, I've been working as a receptionist since I was 12. I can't answer a phone. Their receptionist leaves. It's an all-white office, as you can imagine. I'm the only person of color there. So I write, they have this opening, and the receptionist is like, yeah, apply for the job. Is like, why wouldn't you apply for this job? Just go ahead and get it, right? You know, you do the work 4 hours a day, just now do it full time. I write a letter to the office manager, and get my resume. I was like, you know, this is why I think I'd be a good fit, whatever. And she was like, she was coming to the office to talk to the office manager. She was the like regional manager. She came and talked to the office manager. And she was like, I can't give you this job. And I was like, why not? She's like, look at this letter. And I looked at the letter I wrote, and she was like, you don't see it? And I was like, no. She's like, I can't give you this job because you can't even see what's wrong with this letter. And I was like, okay, what's going on? And she was like, look here, this is not a word. She points something on the page. I don't remember what word it was. This is not a word. And then she walks off into the manager. And I was like, I have a degree in rhetoric from UC Berkeley. I know words. Mistakes happen. We all make mistakes. But in a cover letter for a job, I probably didn't. So I grabbed the office dictionary. I look up the word. And I call my girl, like, do I show her that this is like, do I let this go and ride? Do I let it just ride? Or do I like call her out? 'Cause I don't even want, like, at this point, like, that was too crazy. So she's coming by and I'm like, hey, I just want to show you that, like, the word is right here in the dictionary. The word that you said, I can't get this job because I don't know, but I don't even know that this word isn't a word, is right here in the dictionary. And she says, oh, I I'm really good at English. I'm surprised I didn't know that. Still can't give you the job though. The job that I've been doing for 4 hours a day, I can't do for 8 hours a day. The idea that I could have used a word that she didn't know was so foreign to her little pea brain that instead of looking it up to confirm that I was wrong, she just assumed I was wrong and she was right because she had never heard that word before. No, it's right here. Look right here in the dictionary. See that? It's right there. It's a word. You didn't know it. I did. But I still can't answer phones at a real estate company. Go ahead and say you don't hire Black people. Like, let's just do that. Just do, because, like, now why can't you hire me? No reason. You just can't. No more reasons. Just can't. We got to let some stuff go, right? Like, we got to let, like, I would have never been good enough in that job. There's nothing I could have ever done for that woman to make her think I was capable of answering phones like I'd been doing for like 6 months. There's We got to let go of people pleasing. In the interest of the fullness of our lives, we have to let go of people pleasing. Number one, we have to let go of people pleasing because these people not going to be happy anyway. She said, that's not a real word. Like, yes, this was 20 years ago, but spell check still existed, right? Like, and I used it. So I was like, I couldn't even see on the page what she was talking about. We're never going to make everyone happy. Like, not even that, like, we can't. Even when you're right, it's not going to be good enough for someone. Let it go. Let it go. Mm-mm. 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 It's fine. All right. Next on my list, we talked about giving up other people's expectations and being easier on yourself. I was easy on myself by saying, okay, I'm just going to fuck up your phone system when I leave. That's all. I'm not even starting this. But good luck, God bless, getting your phone calls. They're calling me like, do you know how to? Nope, I don't. Talk to your receptionist. For some people, the need to be right is stronger than the truth. I have been on the other side of that. I have been the person who needs to be right. I remember reading a book called Do You Want to Be Right or Do You Want to Be Happy? Or maybe it's Do You Want to Be Right or Do You Want to Be Married? There's two things that are related. Either one's a phrase and one's a book, but I don't think I'd read a book about being married because I think it was Do You Want to Be Right or Do You Want to Be Happy? Something like that. And I was like, yeah, a lot of times I could just shut my mouth and not argue about things because I truly don't care what you think. Truly, like deep inside, I'm going to wrap this into number 3 on the list, cutting out the noise. I've become very, very good at cutting out the noise from other people. And for me, that means I don't hear from people who bring negativity to me, right? Like, we're not always right. There are things we can do better in life. But if you can't bring me that feedback in a way that feels warm and joyful, you don't get to give me feedback. If your feedback is rude, you don't give me feedback. Okay, so you guys on my channel, you know, I have a video about my time in Argentina and how my time specifically in Buenos Aires and how the people there were terrible and racist. There was an incident. My mom and I were walking down the street, down the sidewalk. There's a car here, a building here, a curb in between. So this is the street here. There's a car, building here, people in between. There's like 4 or 5 people standing here. They're taking up the entire space. There's one opening and there's a guy facing them, talking towards them. So he's outside of the light. They're all in line. He's outside of the line talking to them. He sees us coming. We're within like 3 feet of them. And he steps into the only empty space and blocks the entire sidewalk. So now the only thing we can do is to dig a hole through the building. The car's at the curb, so we'd have to go around it and walk into moving traffic to get around, or I got to cut through them. I hit that man with my best Spanish, told him to get the F out my way, because what are you doing? I didn't say F, but I raised my voice at him, and I was like, move, because you saw me coming and he blocked the way. So either I'm going to walk right into you without saying anything, or I'm going to give you a heads up that I'm coming and I'm not. What are you doing? These people keep coming and telling me that I'm rude. I was rude for raising my voice at them. And I'm like, the man stepped intentionally in my way to block me, and I'm the rude one. Some woman showed up yesterday talking about how I don't understand because I'm American and we think we're the center of the world, but Americans don't stand and talk to their friends on the sidewalk. We don't. We do. We just don't take up the whole sidewalk. But a friend group should never have to split up just because I want to walk by. And I was so rude. It was so rude of me for breaking them up and making them move so that I could walk by. So y'all know what I did. Hit the 3 buttons, hide her from the channel. She's going to see her comment. She's the only person on earth that will see her comment. She can keep talking back to it all she wants. I will never see any of it. She can respond on any video she wants to of mine again, because it's foolish. What you showed up with was foolishness. Nothing about what you said is not reflective of you. Your only goal here is to make the Black person the bad person. You want to make me the bad person here. And even though what they did, and I explained it fully, what they did was crazy and rude. People come all the time making me the bad person for raising my voice, for asking them to move out of the way. I was the bad person. I should have never done that. I should have gone around them. I'm like, into moving traffic. I should have walked into moving traffic because they decided when they saw me coming, they wanted to block the way. 3 buttons. Hide user from channel. This person does not exist. Dead. They were alive for a split 26 seconds when I read the comment, and they're back to being dead again. Because that's just noise. And that's like negative noise that is not helpful to me. It's not productive. It's not honest. Right? Your feedback isn't honest. And some of them people from Argentina, from Buenos Aires specifically, will be like, the waiters who refused to serve you weren't racist. You're just a dirty, ugly monkey with no money, and you don't deserve no service anyway. But we're not racist here. And I'm like, cool. Some of those I'll leave up, like, just so everyone can see it. Because everyone can see it. Because it's the noise, right? And in our lives, like it may not be that obvious, but in all of our lives, there is noise that if you cut out, you could probably live a fuller life. One person was like, they weren't rude, you're just poor. First of all, no. But even if I was, even if the answer to the problem is that I'm poor, I don't deserve acknowledgement. Poor people in Buenos Aires don't deserve acknowledgement or food. I can't sit down in a restaurant because you look at me and assume I'm poor, so I don't get service. But there's no racism here, huh? Okay. Okay. We're not racist. You're just the N-word. Okay. Americans are terrible, and we don't hate Black people, we hate Americans, and that's why you didn't get service. No, for real, we're not rude, you're just poor, was one of the first comments I got, where I was like, oh, they are, okay, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. All right, it's fine. It's fine. Go over there and comment all you want. If it's crazy, I don't even look at the comments over there anymore, but they pop up on like the main page of YouTube. So every once in a while I see them. About half the time I block them so they can never comment on another video again. Because like you can keep your nonsense over on that page, but don't bring it over here. If I talk about racism in Mexico, people will be like, oh, someone showed up the other day and was like, there's always racism wherever Black people are. So focus on that. Like in Africa, in the US, and that's where there's violence. So no, that's where there's violence. And so that's why there's racism against you, because we see the violence you bring. Someone defending Mexico said that. Okay. Okay. That's fine. It's fine. Cut out the noise, the stuff that doesn't matter. And even it's from people you love. Cut out the stuff that doesn't matter. Cut out the stuff that doesn't matter. I cut out people with a quickness. I saw a family cousin the other day. The last time I saw her in person, she spread 2 distinct rumors about me throughout the family. She told the family. I was there. I was at a party, a family party. I said after right the week I hurt my knee, I was in Florida. So I showed up to a family party on a walker. My mom, family, right? Family party. She knows everybody there. She knows more people there than I do. And a friend of mine who is a little masculine presenting, but clearly a woman, right? Clearly a woman, a little masculine presenting. And so my mom's cousin, older woman, in her late 60s, 70s, I don't know where she is, because I don't mess with her, spread a rumor that I was a lesbian, telling everybody, I'm here for my lesbian lover. Okay. I'm not having sex with you, so what do I care what you think? I don't care. Like, this is family. If they want to believe I'm a lesbian because I'm here with someone that they believe is a lesbian, okay. Sure. But the next rumor from the same night, she spread both of these in the same night. I'm on my walker. My cousin's husband, who I've known since they started dating, long time, 10 years, maybe, long time. She spreads the same rumor, this is why it's important. Same night, she spreads a rumor that I'm lesbian and that I was trying to seduce my cousin's husband on the dance floor with my walker. The only reason I'm on the dance floor is because he was like, no, come. Him and his brothers were really close. We're all good friends. We hang out. My cousin trusts me with her husband. Alone, together, doesn't matter. Like we're like brother and sister. I'm in a walker because he wants all the young people on the dance floor for like one song, Try Not to Die. Because I can't put any weight on one foot. I got another foot and a walker. I'm on the dance floor. And apparently I was trying to, my cousin still laughs about this because she told the woman's husband, the husband's wife, my cousin, that I was trying to steal her husband on the dance floor. 2 rumors in the same night to the whole family. I'm trying to steal my cousin's husband and I'm a lesbian. Same night. I see her this week. We see her this week and she asks my same cousin, is something wrong? Because Rashida's not speaking to me. You don't want to hear what I got to say because you don't exist anymore. I came in, I gave you a hello, and that was it. There's nothing. I'm not going to disrespect you in my other cousin's house. We're not in your house because I would never go to your house. We're in my other cousin's house. You happen to be here at the same time. I'm going to say hello. I'm going to say goodbye. You're not getting nothing else from me. But the question was, is everything okay? Because Rashida didn't really speak to me. Yes, I am a lesbian home wrecker. 2 things same night. I don't mess with you. I don't mess with you. And of course, you don't say it to my face. I think she told my cousin's mom that I was trying to take my cousin's husband. She told my cousin I was trying to take her husband. I'm trying not to pass out from the pain because my knee's the size of a grapefruit and I need surgery next week. Like that's all I'm trying to do. What? You spreading all those rumors about me. And now you don't understand why I won't talk to you? It's noise. One-legged and lusty. Yes. Yes. That's me. One-legged and lusty. I spend a lot of time with that woman and her husband. A lot of time. I spend a lot of time when I'm here with her husband alone. He picked me up from the airport. He's going to take me back to the airport. That's family to me. If I was going to try to seduce him, it wouldn't be at her 40th birthday party in front of hundreds of family members, right? Like if I've been trying to seduce her husband, I'm at their house all the time. I stay at their house when I come to town. Usually, I'm not there now, but usually I stay at their house. Why would you fix your face to say something like that and then tell other family members? Spreading through the whole thing. I'm a lesbian husband stealer. How many lovers do I have at this party? And why do you think that after you've done that, we are still going to have a relationship and we're going to talk to each other? Why? Because that noise doesn't bother you. Being messy, like we talked about this last week, when you're messy shit surrounds you. She's messy. She's messy, and messy stuff surrounds her. Leave me out of it. Don't talk to me. You're messy. We will never speak again about anything because you acted out. You acted out. And then she said, my cousin was like, I think she don't talk to you because of the rumors from that night. And she was like, well, tell her I had nothing to do with it. You were the one. You were the one starting the rumor and spreading the rumor. So what is telling me? I cut out the noise. Whether it's from YouTube, whether it's from family, whether it's whatever it is, I cut it out. Crazy, messy, unaware. Yes, I cut it out. If you talk, I do not have it in me to take the time to pay attention to people who past, present, future are going to be messy, making noise. Don't do that. Don't do that. Which is also why I don't respond to people anymore like I used to. You don't get email responses from me in the Exodus Facebook group. Because half the time I'd be like, yes, special angel babe, you can get whatever you want. And the other half the time I'm like, what you want is to get cussed out. What you want is to get cussed out. I don't do that anymore. Because I leave all the responses to somebody else. I cut out that part of the noise. It's messy. It's messy. Mm-mm. Yes, maybe she forgot she started the first rumor and decided to come up with another one just in case. Yes. 2 rumors in one night? And this is my cousin's 40th birthday, and you're running back to her with these rumors on her at her birthday party, telling her I'm trying to steal her husband. What? Telling her, but like, why are you telling her that I'm a lesbian at her birthday party? She don't care. She does not care if I'm a lesbian at her birthday party. She is trying to have a good time. Why? What? We ain't got to do all that. We ain't got to do all that. Mm-mm. No, we ain't got to do all that. Mm-mm. Cause tell her I wasn't a part of that. You were it. You were it. And if my cousin didn't know me the way she knows me and knows my relationship with her brother, her husband, and his brothers the way she does, or if she was insecure in any way, she might have been worried about that. You got her at her birthday party trying to stress her. Like, it's not even, you know what I mean? Like, it's about me because you started rumors about me, but it's also about you're gonna ruin this woman's night by making her worry about what her husband is doing with somebody else. You messy mother trucker. Why would you cut the noise? The people who bring the noise and the drama, you don't need them. They're not doing anything. It could be your mama. Cut her out. Mm-mm. All the time, I said, it's not what I need. It's not what I need in my life. Mm-mm. Y'all are so foolish. So foolish. Love you so much. Y'all are foolish. Woo! Um, wherever there's noise, wherever I realize that my attention is being taken away from joy and pleasure and the current moment, I figure out if that's something I can cut. Can I cut that? Do I have to? Because that sounds crazy, right? Anytime there's a moment, but it's not like life threatening, right? If I'm like, I want to be the person that they paint on cave walls who does nothing but eat grapes and fornicate all day. But like, y'all know there's much less fornicate. There's not enough. I'm not gonna be on the wall because there's but the eating grape parts I have down. Eating snacks, I got that part down. Right. But like that's I live for pleasure. I live for joy. I live for peace. And anything that takes me out of that, I, I'm leaving this moment. Like yesterday when I got back to my cousin's house and one of the girls was sleeping and the other one was just a little too excited and I was exhausted. I was like, no, my mood is coming down. My mood is coming down. I got to go. I won't be doing that. I love y'all. But I had a great day running the streets with my cousin, and now her daughter is being 7. 7 was fun yesterday. 7 was not fun 2 days in a row. Not for me. I got to go. If it does not bring me joy, pleasure, peace, it's noise, right? And so, like, where in your life, this is the question because we're talking about how to live a fuller life. We're talking about this collectively. Where in your life can you cut out noise? Some of it's going to be at work. I know it. You can cut out some noise at work. There's somebody at work who comes to you with all the gossip and the drama. And some of it is important and some of it is just nonsense. If you lose the nonsense and the good, important stuff comes away with it, do you need that good, important stuff or would you hear about it another way? You don't really need to know who's sleeping with who at work. Do you? Cut out the noise. Leave more space for a fuller life, for the experiences you want, right? For things you want to do. Oh, Tammy said she could be in a work meeting on the toilet or minding my business, and they have a full-blown attack in our messages. As a result, my sister is blocked and my dad is next. I just won't deal with it. I haven't talked to my sister in years. Some of y'all think I have one. I don't think I do. Because I literally, I think until like last month, I couldn't tell you what state she lived in. Because every time we had a conversation, it was crazy. Years. I couldn't tell you the last time we spoke. And I don't miss it. I literally do not care. I know my mom hates to hear that, but like, if you do not bring me joy, pleasure, peace, mm-mm. Okay, our Black Utopia, you might be confusing me with somebody else. You said, I thought you were an only child except for the brother you found. I've never found a brother. So that might be somebody else. I have like a god brother. That's the closest thing I have to a brother. Mm-mm. Oh, and it hasn't seen her sister since she left her in Mexico. Okay. Yeah, I have a god brother. I don't have a half brother. I have a god brother. That's it. I think you're confusing me with somebody else. Somebody else might have found a brother. No, it's not me. Mm-mm. No, I have a sister I don't claim. That's it. That's my only sibling. Because why every time you like everything isn't it every time we got on the phone, it's like a fight. And you don't pay my bills. So what are we fighting about? What are we fighting about? Hey, blessed angel, it is not too late to join in. Yes, cut out the noise. Cut out the people who stress you out, who make you feel like you're crazy, who don't appreciate you. Mm-mm. Janaean, I hope I pronounced that correctly, says I cut off multiple family members that bring unneeded noise and drama. I've never been happier. I also have a very small friend group. Yes. Yes. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. If you're not saying like, come meet me in the park, let's have a picnic, I'm bringing all the food. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? It's noise. It's noise. I bought you this thing. It's covered in gold sequins. Like what else are you saying that I want to hear? Nothing. We don't need that. We don't need it. Cut them out. Cut them out at work. Cut them out for fun. Someone was just telling me that their friends are draining them. I can't remember who that was. I was talking to someone and we were talking about their friend group, and they're like, it's draining. And I was like, well, what you gonna do? If your friend group is draining you, what are you gonna do? Make new friends at Exodus Summit. Woo! Woo! But don't get together and make. Oh, let me show you what they did. I'm gonna show y'all because it was really uncalled for. No, it's not there. I could pull it up on my computer, but that would be too hard. Okay, there you go. Is this gonna? Okay, there you go. See them? Look at this. Look how crazy this is. Look at that. In New York, I think in New York, hanging out together. They all met in Marrakesh. Don't do that. Having a good time without me. But that's what Exodus Summit does. It creates community. Community. You saw a community yesterday in Chicago. Mm-mm. Anita says those her girls. Mm-mm. Oh, I cut out the flaky friends I thought I had to save. I learned a good lesson with that with a friend that was like always having an emergency. I've realized that if you're always having an emergency, no matter what the emergency is, you're just not in a place right now in life where like you're stable enough to be my friend. With one friend, I'm gonna get deep into business real quick. With one friend, it was always losing their key or their home or locking their key in their car like 4 times in a row. I was gonna say that I'm not gonna tell you about the other friend. I'm gonna leave her business off the streets. I thought about it. I rethought it. But like if you keep having the same emergency over and over again and need me to save you, it's a problem that I can't help you with. Leisure and Lace is meeting up. See, I'm happy. This is my happy face. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you, Leisure and Lace. I'm meeting up with some Exodus Summit members in Mexico City this week without me because I'm not there and I won't be there for another 2 weeks. Happy for you. My happy face. Tracy hung out with some people in Mexico City yesterday. Y'all don't think things through. Because why do you need to tell me this? I'm sorry, you met up with Coach Tish yesterday, Tracy? Oh, you for real want to fight. I just realized what you were saying. I hope that doesn't mean you saw Coach Tish. And I know she was in the city this week. So I think that's who it could be, but that's not what you're saying. Coach Tish will be speaking to us at Exodus Summit this year about coaching yourself to freedom, like what you need to do internally. Some of these conversations, like what you need to do internally to get yourself to a place where you can open up and live the life you want. Oh, my computer's telling me it can't connect to FaceTime, but I don't want it to connect to FaceTime. So why are you telling me stuff? I didn't ask you to. Um, oh, wait, this. I have a cousin who's drama, always going through something. She got it come up, and I haven't heard from her. She calls when she needs something, but not when stuff is good. Yes. Mm-mm. I used to have a friend who was always down to go out. Always down to go out. And like, not even down to go out. She was the one pushing to go out, pushing to go out, pushing to go out. And then we'd go out and she'd meet a man and she'd be in a relationship 2 days later. And she would never go out again until they break out. And then it was like, let's go out, let's go out, let's go out, let's go out, let's go out. I went through that cycle like 3 times. And finally I was like, oh, this is never gonna change. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm ignoring Tracy. I see her in the comments. We're gonna ignore her. Because you seen Coach Tish is disrespectful. Tish is one of my first friends that I met on my career break. I saw her in Cozumel and in Cancun, in Playa del Carmen. And then we also were in Chiang Mai we were in Chiang Mai at the same time. Later on. Yes, I'm her lucky charm. I was like girl's lucky charm. We'd go out. She'd be in a relationship 2 days later. Literally, let's go out, let's go out, let's go out, let's go out. And then I wouldn't hear like, no, I can't. No, I'm gonna hang out with whoever. Me and Mario are gonna hang out at home. Oh, we broke up. Can we go out tonight? Can we go out? I want to go out. Let's go out tonight. a couple cycles of that, and I was like, we're never going out again. Okay, bye. All right, Leisure and Lacey, if you're still there in 2 weeks, we will hang out. All right. Yes. Tish gets around. I see you met her, Anissa. She gets around in, like, the travel streets. All right, next on my list. I forgot I had a list, y'all. I should be talking. Everything is telling me I need to, like, update my Apple settings. Does that mean someone's trying to hack me? That's weird, no? My phone and my computer tell me at the same time. Huh. My account's been locked for security reasons. Let's see what happens on this computer. I think someone's trying to hack my account. This is fun. All right. Next on the list is taking the first step, right? So figuring out what would let you get a fuller life for you. Our definitions are going to be different, but when you get your fuller life, what does that look like, and how do you take a step towards it? Right? So for me, I think a fuller life is probably going to be spending more time with my godkids, which means I need to come to Florida and to Canada. Because I really get some joy with them. So now I have to figure out how to do that regularly. Because they're good experiences for me. Are y'all really in the comments planning a meetup in Mexico City? I will hide user from channel. And y'all will never see each other again. You know that, right? Anybody can get it. Okay, and this is she doesn't know what the comment is today. It is living a fuller life. Like how to live a fuller life. So how would you live a fuller life? What are the things that you want in your life to live a fuller life? What are the things you don't want? No, it's not even a link from Apple. It's a pop-up on it's not a link from Apple saying something's wrong. It's a pop-up on my screen, so I can't use the screen. And a howl happened on my phone and my computer at the same time. So I knew it was real. Good times. Okay, so taking the first step. I need to take a first step to I'd like to take first steps towards doing more when I'm in the city, because sometimes leaving my apartment feels hard. Right? It's like, what are the baby steps I can take to leave? Like, I know it looks like I have FOMO, TD Ellison, but I don't. I give them a hard time, but I don't. I want them to have a great time. Because even when I'm in the city, I'd be like, you're meeting up where? I saw Tracy the other day, and when she like suggested the meetup spot, I was like, that's very far. Can we not do that? Can we go somewhere else? Because I don't really want to be outside my apartment that long. I don't. So what are the steps that you can take? The first step towards your fuller life. I saw some people say that like cutting out some things at work or what they need to do, or having more experiences they want to have. So what is like the baby step on your way there? What is the like thing that will catapult you forward? I always tell myself that like I'm going to go out like every day during the week, some week. I'm gonna leave the house every day. And then I'll go out of the house like once that week. No, I'll go to the house multiple times, but I'll go to like Pilates and come right back. But I need to like do something on the way to Pilates, right? Or do something on the way home. So that could be my first step, is like being intentional about leaving early to go do something, even if that's just hanging out at a coffee shop, instead of just going there and going back. Because those are ways that I could have more experiences and live a fuller life. Stephanie has joined us. Thank you for the headband compliment. Beauty supply store. BSS. But you should be in a seminar about something right now. So go away, Stephanie. Love you. Go away. You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be learning something about business from a non-capitalist perspective. Mm. HRH Sophia the First says, "You relate to the chat. Plan on taking 3 months off to travel, then 6 months and a full year before I walk away." Yes. She says her lunch break. I don't believe her. Glad you're here. All right. Okay. This is a good one. Miss West says she's been revisiting childhood dreams and shifting habits to make them happen. Who remembers their childhood dreams? I don't really remember my childhood dreams, but if you do, what if you tried to make some of them come true, even if you don't think you want them now? Because I feel like we've been told that there are things we don't want that are not necessarily things we don't want. They're just things that at some point we told ourselves we couldn't have. All right, like maybe go back and see. If you dreamed of being like a singer, you can go work on a cruise ship, a little dive bar, on a little smoky stage in the corner with that one spotlight that doesn't work all the time. Maybe there's a guy playing piano, or maybe if it's just a backing track. I believe in you. You can do this. I mean, you may not win American Idol, right? But like you can be a singer somewhere. Okay. Finding what's true to me is started a morning walk every day in nature and I take pictures. Yay. Also going to start planning more activities with my daughter. I love that. I love a nature walk and taking pictures because it's like there's also I walk every day. I walk a couple miles every day. But like I said, it's 2 Pilates and back and very focused and like quickly as possible. Because there's something on my laptop I need to do at home, right? Boom. I got my hour break and I'm done. I'm back. So like yes, being intentional of like going out and like finding joy and beauty in the world, that's a good step forward. All right. No, I do not sing. I encourage other people to sing. I do not sing. Yeah, someone's rolling on a piano somewhere. Yes. Go to a bar with a piano. How many places, restaurants, bars with a piano? If there's a man playing, they don't let you sit on that piano. I bet you. Especially if it's dark in there, they're not gonna stop you from getting on the piano. Grab a mic, sing it. Yes, get it on. It's gonna be amazing. Mm-hmm. All right. Stephanie says, I remember I wanted to be an elephant. So, Stephanie, I'm nailing it. Community focused and good at giving hugs. Yes, she is. And thriving after her release from captivity. Yay. Stephanie's got it. She's living her full life. She's good at giving hugs. Who hugged her yesterday? That's not fair. Now I have FOMO. Stephanie's also really good at giving gifts. She's got some special skills. Is there a karaoke bar in Mexico City? I'm sure there is. I just don't know because I don't sing and y'all don't want me singing. Okay, Ashley says joy is what's leading me abroad. Joy is health. Yes, it is. Even my watch just told me, baby, you've been logged out. I think someone's trying to hack me. Good time. Okay, Nicole said, my childhood dream was to live alone in a condo with a maid and a BMW. Never said anything about working. I love it. I do live alone. Need to look into the maid. Yes. Yes. I'm in Florida. My cousin had someone come and clean her place for like 3 hours, more than 3 hours, and it cost her $50. And that's not nothing. $50 is money. It's real money. But the amount of stuff she did in that time, my cousin wouldn't have been able to do it herself. Someone was super efficient. She was doing things, she was folding, she was doing. We were doing other stuff. And then there were the kids, right? Like you can't do all that stuff by yourself. And even if you could, do you want to? Do you want to? I don't want to. My cleaning lady, I tell y'all, my favorite day of the week is when my cleaning lady comes because she's gonna do all the things I don't want to do. All the things I don't want to do. And I love that. I love that for me. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Black Utopia's housekeeper comes for 3 hours and charges 27 euros. I don't know how much money that is, but it's like $35 maybe? Under 40? It's under $40. Yes. Find someone. Ooh. Exactly. Erica said, I want to be like Indiana Jones, an archaeologist. I need to dig up some rocks. Don't they do like special trips where you can like be a play archaeologist or like go to a dig site and do stuff? I know there are like archaeology adventures. I don't know what they call them, but I'm gonna call them archaeology adventures. I know you can on your next vacation go to an archaeological dig, an active one. I know you can. And be like a tourist archaeologist. I know this deep in my soul. You can do this, Erica. Your next vacation, go put the little fan, the little brush fan that they use over like the tooth of a saber-toothed tiger. Boom, 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 boom. Dust it off, blow, and then take a photo. You did that. You discovered. Jan Wig wanted to be a roller derby queen. You start skating. Yes. What is the first step? If you don't have skates, get skates. Right? If you have skates, but you don't have any time planned, pick a time. Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings. Find a friend to do it with. Join a group. Join a group for me is often the best way. Because like if I do it by myself, there's always an excuse. But if there's a specific time I'm meeting other people, it happens. It happens. Yes. Archaeology adventures for everybody. Okay, see, look at this. We in here. We in here. It's my new business that somebody else has to run for me. Woo! Yes. Okay, Margaret joined an adult double dutch group. I know some of y'all want to do that too. Arthritic needs not y'all. Okay. Learning to play again. Buying a weighted hula hoop. Yes. My audacious dream is to go to Panama next year and explore the arts museum. That is a beautiful dream, Margaret. That's a beautiful dream. Okay, now I'm gonna admit something. I'm gonna look away while I do this. I have never in my life double dutched. I am one of those. I am one of those. I cannot braid hair, even my own, and I cannot double dutch. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled program. Hi. Yes. Who's coming in from Merida? Pray, travel, eat. Hi. Okay. Wait, y'all really did this? Born to Create. Yes, we did lapidary, rock hounded, and went to mining sites for years. Best memories. Join your local gem and mineral society, not archaeology, but close. Look at this. Y'all out here knowing things, saying real words, making it sound good. Woo! Love this. What is the first step you can take to live your fuller life? Is it a solo step? Is it a group step? Some of us are going to do better in taking those steps when somebody else is there with us, either to hold us accountable, which is why we do accountability groups at Exodus Summit. Get your tickets now at exodussummit.com. Or, you know, some of us want to be alone to do the thing. But if groups help, go out here and get your groups. Y'all out here digging up rocks and stuff. I am thinking about getting inside. I posted on my Instagram the other day a woman skating inside her kitchen, and I was like, I feel like I need inside skates. And the way my floor is, I could inside skate, except I've put down a lot of rugs, which would get in the way of inside skating. Because my skates can either be inside or outside. They can't be both. If they go outside, they can't go inside on my floor. I'm so sorry. They can't do that. So or I need 2 pairs of skates. But really, I haven't skated at all. I don't need any skates. But I'm thinking of like being an inside skater inside the house, maybe down the hallways. My hallways are always really empty. I might need some skates. Mm-mm. Okay, lots of y'all have never joined a double. Some of y'all are double dutching at 40. Uh, in alignment with life healing and life alchemy. Hey, member says I joined a 40 and up double dutch group in Chicago. Do they like take beginners? Or is it like spades where like you need to already know? You need to already come to the table prepared because yikes. Um mm-mm, mm-mm. Okay, just passing through his dream was to produce her own plays. I just finished finished one after working on it for 13 years. I would faint if I actually produced it. Okay, but like just passing through. You've done the hard part now, right? Like writing it, or I'm assuming when you say you finished one, that's what you meant. You wrote it. Is it producing it a little easier than writing it? Like it won't take 13 years? Like you could do it in the next 6 months? This is my knowledge of theater. You need to find a place. You need to find some actors, right? Get some costumes, some lighting, organize all that. Get a director. Maybe you're a director. I don't know how theater goes at different stages and scales. But like what's the next step? Just passing through. Tell us, what is the next step to produce your? You said you would faint if you could actually produce it. You can if you take the next step. So what's the next step? What is it? Tell us. Hmm. Oh, they wouldn't let you turn for double dutch. Is turning with like the ropey thing? Like it's when you're. Is that what it is? Sort of like the jump rope, like the 2 ropes is the turning. Is that? I don't know these things. Yes, Daisy is joining us in Exodus. Bum 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 bum. What is the next step? Some of us are double dutching at 67. You ain't got to brag, Christine. You ain't got to brag. See, this is why I tell you, you got to cut out the noise. Because some folks is just noise. They're just hating on your dreams. I can't skate inside. I got too many plants. It's not a forest. It's not like they're I had to skate over their roots. I could move them to the corners. It's also why you can't let just anybody inside your house. They think they know you. Just because you had to kick your way through their vaginal canal, they think they know you. Do not. Do not. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Ooh! Locating Cozy is going to ride in a, I'm guessing you're not a fluent bike rider. You're going to ride a rental bike in an open parking lot. Yes, I love it. Yes. Yes, collectively, what do we have to do to get you to produce that play? It's time. It's time. You've been dreaming about this since you were a child. What city are you in? Let's collect some friends and make this happen. Producing is a funding issue. Are you fundraising in the communities you're in? Like this community? Speaking of which, ABBA is supposed to be raising money for um, feminine products for women in who are in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, who have been displaced from their homes and are living in displacement camps. Are a word I'm going to use, but it might not be the right term. But I'm waiting, Abba, in Santiago. She's in Chile now, doing something else. She's been a little busy. I'm gonna let it slide, but we're gonna be collecting money for her soon, as she gives me a link. Because how awesome is that? Because, like, you're already in a camp and you got to use some makeshift feminine products every month. Mm. Mm. All right. So, yes, just passing through. Fundraising is the next step. Let's do it. Let's do it. Tell us about your play. You turn on one. Oh, turning is the leg, not the turning the rope. It's turning on one leg. I don't know. Mm-mm. I don't. Mm-mm. Yes. Okay. So y'all in Chicago, tell Erica. She wants to learn how to jump double dutch. Squad, we're here. Hit those comments. Let her know. Cause y'all be knowing things. I don't know. Mm-mm. I don't know what I said 5 minutes ago, but the ropey thing, is it not a ropey thing? Y'all act like I don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all act like that one lady who said I didn't know a word because she didn't know the word. It's a ropey thing. It's a rope, but it's a ropey thing as well. Okay, Margaret is filing for her passport this week. She can go to Central America late spring. Excited about that. Excited about that. Somebody teach me to double dutch at a Cape Town meetup. I want to learn. Y'all gonna have a double dutch club and an archaeology club in Cape Town. I love it. Yes, check out Exodus, Nicole. We're gonna be there. It's gonna be a squad. Mm-mm. All right, y'all in here teaching people. The first step is figuring out what you need to do. Figuring out what you need to do and where the support you already have exists. The support you need is probably already out there. You just don't know it because you've never said but what you want. Oh, Life of Spirits coming to Exodus out for the first time. Very exciting. Very exciting. We're very excited for you. It's going to be a blast. All right. Miss Marie is going to Panama City in December. Flying for your passport this week. I love it. All right. Anissa is shouting out Tulsa Artist Fellowship. Y'all need to be taking notes in these comments. Every time I do this, I'm like, y'all are in the comments with all the answers for the other ladies, which reminds me that the people around us have the answers we need, but we're not asking the questions. We are not asking the questions, but the people around us have the answers. They do. Because the people here have the answers, the people in your life have the answers too. You might not like the way it sounds when they say it. Some of them might not know, but somebody knows. We just need, I think sometimes we need to be more vocal about what we want. All right. 40 Plus Double Dutch Club, national group with local chapters. Tamara said, give me a couch, maybe a bike. Let's cut the motion down a little bit. I love it. I love it. Mm-mm. I haven't, there's a bike path I want to use in Mexico City, but in order to get to the bike path, I've got to ride through the streets. I don't know how I feel about the streets out here. Mm-mm. Oh, E. Dunlap was very clear. She's looking for astronomy fans, not astrology fans. That sky stuff, I don't know it. There's a star and a moon. That's all I got. So I'm not the one. Y'all really in here doing this. Okay, Margaret is a science geek. Look at y'all besties. Nia, too. Ask for what you want. They're right here. Figure out the first step for what you want. Right here. Create the communities you want to see. If they don't exist or you don't like them as they are, create the communities you want. And their community could be 2 people. It doesn't have to be 2,000. In particular, says it's very important to do things for the inner child. I bought a trampoline earlier this year for that exact reason. Yes. Take the first step. Mm-mm. Oh, hey, DJ. If it's your first time commenting, we are not terrible people, so it's really easy to talk to us. Cape Town discussion and double dutching caught my attention. Nice group. Yes, we're a very lovely group of people. And we like each other. And a lot of us like each other without knowing each other because I think a lot of times as humans and as women, we're kind of taught that everybody's not your friend and more likely they're going to be your enemy. But like, why? Everybody can be your friend. Everybody can be your friend. Everybody in here can be your friend. Out there, I don't know about them. But everybody in here is lovely and just wants the best for everybody else in here. And I like that. It makes me happy. Let's see. Y'all out here talking about astronomy. Yes, they did restock the Echo BCs by me, Adelia. They're not well stocked as much as they were before, but they are stocked now. Let's see. Create the community you want to see. Sailing. Holly Dara, who's part of the community, is a sailor. Not like, professional sailor, but she likes to sail. So that is someone else. Oh, look here. More sailors. Rebloom Room, Born to Create, Nicole Long. Oh, Stephanie is signed up to volunteer at the 2024 Paris Olympics along with 300,000 other folks. Yes, you got this. You won't get a ticket. You're going to get a ticket to volunteer or whatever it is, a spot. You're going to get a slot to volunteer at all the events you want to see, and you're going to be in a position to watch them. Done. You're going to be in a position to watch the events you want to see through this volunteer work. I know it. I know it. All right, friends, we're going to do this live. I'm hungry. Y'all know. When I start wrapping it up, it's because my hunger says, please, girl, do something else. All right. We're going to do this together at Exodus Summit. We're going to talk to each other. We're going to have a great time together. We're going to allow ourselves to come fully, right? And accept each other fully. And we're going to do this October 6th through 9th in online and February 16th through 20th in Cape Town. 15 tickets available to Cape Town. And when they're gone, they're gone. Not to rush you, but to say if the tickets make it to the first day of a summit, they will not make it to the last day of a summit. I know that for sure. What's that Oprah book? Things I Know for Sure? That's one of them. What I know for sure? Whatever it is. That's the thing I know for sure. I'm not going to make it. So if you want to get tickets, the sooner the better for that. I will talk to you guys next time. I have a bag of chips here. I'm about to eat. Why are chips my lunch? I don't know. But it's what I have in the room right now. This was very fun. Thank you guys. I want you to all live very full and beautiful lives. So we're going to do this again next week. Talking about something. Y'all planning Cape Town. Halisa, do you have your ticket? You say you're planning. Do you have your ticket? Are you on the list? Christine can't go to the summit, but she can contribute funds to the Women in the Congo. I will let you know when ABBA has something available for us. I think it would be a really great fundraising opportunity, but she ain't give me the details yet. All right. Bye, friends. Push the like button. Give it a thumbs up or give it a thumbs down. Give it a thumb, right? Whatever this inspired in you, give it a thumb. I will see you guys next time. Stephanie, I have work for you. You're about to get a text from me if my phone will work. If I haven't been hacked. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.